to utilize the facilities, your life shifts. What if the dark matter is just another form of the facilities? What if no one on earth has really been potty trained, using the metaphor? That suddenly there have been a few, Muhammad, Jesus, the Buddha, Krishna, Zoroaster, Abraham, Moses. I'm not vouching for them, I'm just saying they have reputations of having been potty trained, using the metaphor. That they were aware of the availability of the dark matter toilet, the metaphor, and they therefore used it. And they got branded as the one and only, and people put them up on a pedestal and said, they're the one and only, they're special, no one else can get there, and it defeated the purpose of the demonstration. But that is all changing. This is a new era. The new era is that highly evolved examples are examples of what we are all capable of. And our discipline can enable us to become that, capable. Do you realize that the first 3 years of your life are governed by envy and frustration? That the idea of a smile during that time is phenomenal. And that's why young children cry so much. Because young children can't do things that they see being done all around them. And the stimulation to get to do those things is envy. They become envious of those that can do those things. What happens when they try to do them? Do they succeed or fail in the initial stages? And that failure breeds frustration. Do you know what adults dislike the most? Envy and frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why adults generally do not learn to do things that they don't already know how to do. And that's why the brain shrinks and ultimately goes into dementia. If you are consistently allowing yourself to experience the comfort of the discomfort of envy and frustration, you can continue to grow. As well as learning to be comfortable with the third component of growth, and that is to be in completely unfamiliar territory. To feel lost. So in order for you to grow, you have to form a comfortable relationship with being lost, being envious, and being frustrated. When you're comfortable with being lost, you open up to more dark matter. And dark matter is simply raw material. Raw material like cosmic stem cells. When you go to India, It's not like going to a third world country. It's like going to the largest third world country. And so everything is uber large. They have 1.3 billion people. So an airport is a mob scene. Okay. And because people have less than what they need in many instances, luggage is extremely valuable. So if your luggage suddenly doesn't continue in the program fashion of the luggage tag, your belongings can end up in some warehouse where the chances of them ever being shipped anywhere don't exist. The chances don't really exist. So it's very important to keep your luggage in motion. We traveled from Amritsar to New Delhi. Amritsar is where the Golden Temple is. New Delhi is the hub out of which we would fly then to Dubai and Dubai to Los Angeles. Most of the people on our flight from Amritsar were continuing on to London on a different plane, but the luggage was all coming in and then they had to separate it. So we sat and our luggage never showed up. And after 2 hours of sitting in the New Delhi airport, we had another probably 14 hours before our flight to Dubai. So, significant layover, in which we planned it that way. We decided that, wow, you know, and then they said, oh, your luggage never got on the plane in Amritsar, it's still sitting in Amritsar. And we have one more plane today and it comes in at 4 o'clock. This was 12 o'clock noon. So we dealt with luggage and they said, yes, it's going to come in. But the New Delhi airport is a massively secure facility. You can't get anywhere near it unless it's 4 hours, within 4 hours of your flight. So we left the airport, which later on I thought, that was weird. We should have just sat there, but we didn't. We went downtown Delhi. We got a driver. We went downtown Delhi. About 5 o'clock, they said they would call. About 5 o'clock, I look at the time, and I turned to my wife. We're in downtown Delhi. I turned to my wife and I said, we got to go back to the airport. She said, but we have, and I said, we got to go. We went back. We got in our car. We told him where we had to go. We went. It was like this thing was, I was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. I don't generally experience discomfort, you know, because I live in LA, I do this, and, you know, we travel, you experience a little bit, but this was like severe discomfort. And I'm sitting in the car, because chances of this luggage ever finding us was like just above zero. And it was all of our belongings, and, you know, it was significant. My guitar, thank God, was carry on. We went to the airport. I said, stop here. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just really uncomfortable. And suddenly I said, stop. We got out of the car and we stood. And we just held hands. And we waited for the discomfort to resolve. We didn't think about it. We didn't put it into words. We didn't rationalize it. We didn't do anything. We just waited for the discomfort to disclose its message. When the discomfort had disclosed its message, We started walking, and we turned, and we went to a particular door, which has like 5 guys with submachine guns. They look at our documents, they say, you can't go in. We say, but our luggage is inside there, we think, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you can't come in. We turn to go away, the door swings open, and it's the luggage man who's saying, I just was going to call you. Okay, here's an airport. Of the doors that I could have gone in, there was probably 30 to 40 doors that I could have gone to. The one door that man was going to walk out. When we were just about to walk away, we had driven 30 minutes from downtown New Delhi. All of the timings, traffic, everything, the turns, everything, all like step, boom, boom, da. That is an example of how precise your life can be.